If I could only pick one lower body mobility exercise that gives me the biggest bang for my buck in the shortest amount of time and gets me ready to handstand as quick as possible, like this, it would definitely be the Cossack Squat. The same movement can be done on a small range of motion. For the beginner that's gently getting into the movement, or if you're a bit tighter like I am from deadlifts yesterday. And then it can be advanced deeper and deeper. The technique can be changed and you can progress right down onto the floor, which is a great warm-up for harder progressions like middle splits. Now, if you're new to the movement or a bit tighter, I'd recommend that you have a step or something like a chair where you can sit down and touch the target. Ideally, it'll be something you can change the height of. I'm just gonna put my heel right up close to the box. So if I'm looking at it from the side view, I'll be like this. So I'm in that position. I'm gonna step away into a straddle position. So there, I'm gonna keep this leg dead straight, and then I'm just going to sit into this leg like I'm doing a squat. So actually the first movement that happens is I push the knee forwards. You got to be careful that you don't lean forwards. So I push the knee forwards, sit the butt backwards, try and sit down onto the step. You can relax there. This leg is staying locked. Ideally this foot is staying flat on the floor. Then I'm going to push through this heel, stand back up again. So from the side, my torso stays upright. My shoulder does not go in front of my knee on the way up and on the way down. Now obviously once I've done one side for 4 or 5 reps, I want to do the same thing on the opposite side. Now obviously if I struggle with that, I can just increase the height. If it's easy, I can decrease the height. Then once I'm comfortable to a target and I can do that with control on both sides, then I'm going to do exactly the same thing, go as deep as I can, but no target this time. So I'm just going to see how deep I can go, back up again, really trying to find my happy hip position. So what I mean by that is if I come closer together and try and do the movement, see how it sticks my hip backwards funny and I get a bit stuck. Same if I go too wide, it just feels like it's pinching in the hip too much. So you need to find sort of that happy position for you. There will be a slight lean forward, so don't worry about staying too upright. It's not like the horse stance where we keep that posterior pelvic tilt. We want to allow the body to sit into the position and be comfortable there. And it will definitely look different for each person. Now, once I'm getting some good depth on each side and I feel nice and comfortable there, I'm going to start to play with moving over to the other side without coming back up. So notice I go down, there's a little bit of rotation that happens now side to side. Now it's like I'm flossing the hip into position. Again, trying to keep the torso as upright as I can, but also making the hip happy at the same time. Now we can add some fun and add some hamstring into it. So what I mean by that is when I get down to the bottom, I'm really restricted by this hamstring position because the foot is locked down. So this straight leg, because that foot is down like that, I can't use the length of the hamstring and the calf. So watch what happens when I tip the foot up. Look how much deeper I'm going now. So I can sit all the way down into that position and then come back out again. Now I am leaning a little bit further forwards here, especially when I come back up. Because I'm tighter in the bent knee position and I've got longer hamstrings, I'll cheat a little bit to get up and down. So I go as deep as I can there, then I rotate the foot, sit into it, and notice I lean forwards, rotate, which helps me get back up again. If not, I'll go too far in that direction, I won't be able to get back up. So leaning forwards, dropping the knee in a little bit can help you get back up if you get stuck at the bottom. So use the hamstring, come back out. Notice what I've done with the knee, notice what I've done with the foot. But what I recommend you do is go as deep as you can first, keeping that foot flat. Can't go any deeper, then I use the hamstring, use the knee into that internal rotation. This one's tighter for me. See, I get stuck, so I have to find my sweet spot to get back out again. But I don't mind that because I think I'm sort of flossing, moving the hip around in different positions, both with a straight leg and a bent leg. And then if I want to play with the position a little bit more, especially if I'm going to go in towards middle splits, I start to put my hands on the floor, purposely take the shoulders forwards, and then really play around with finding the happiest position for the hip. So hands on the floor, using that bent knee, straight leg, Cossack positioning. So side to side, play around with that. And then I'm going to slowly take the feet out a little bit further, and that's where I can start to push into that middle split position. So I've done no warm-up from middle splits apart from the Cossacks that I've just filmed. Done my max deadlift yesterday, so pretty happy with that depth considering That's my only warm up for it. So, but that's what I find is with the Cossack squat, it just allows me to get into the happiest place with my hips, the deepest middle split position in the shortest amount of time, so I can get on handstand or whatever I want to do without spending loads of time warming up the hips. Let me know your thoughts on the Cossack squats. Are you using them already? Are you using them in a different way? Obviously they can be used as a strength exercise, so it'll be interesting to see how you guys are using them. And obviously let me know if you have any questions. I'll speak to you next time. Thanks guys.